So once I had given this story to Alisa,
Right.
I went about the business of researching what to do with the book now that we had it. And I honestly thought the hardest part of the process would be writing the book. As it turns out,
we find out. I mean, it took us a good 2 years probably to do the book and
then
get it to the point where we were ready to pitch it.
Right, and then to realize, okay, now we have to figure out how to write a query letter, which is the letter that you write to an agent.
Right. Wow.
To summarize
really creative.
The entire book, which at the time when we started querying it, it was 180,000 words, 600 pages. So then we learned immediately that it needed to be 400 pages maximum.
Right. Right.
No kidding.
Right.
Learning along the way, and of course we're learning as we go based on whose attention we have at the time. I mean, a lot of the editors that we probably spoke to from the beginning are probably no longer in business. They probably gave up. I mean, we even attended a book
conference in New York,
City.
the Book Expo, which is probably one of the largest writers' conferences, and
great experience.
It
gave us several opportunities to pitch in person.
Pitch in person to agents.
And we got a lot of business cards and a lot of invitations to
submit some further.
Those people are probably long gone now.
They're with a different agency.
If in business at all.
The agents move around quite a bit. It's no
and
longer
fickle. I mean,
very fickle. You'll have an agent that only handles, let's say, historic romance. Okay, so that agency's not right for us because they only handle one type of content.
Right.
So it took us a long time, and we used the writer's market, which is probably the standard for writers, and it's about 1,000 pages. It includes all the agencies in the country that are reputable, the agents that are reputable, the publishers. If you want to write articles, you can submit them to these magazines. If you're wanting to submit photography, it's really a comprehensive guide for writers. And so we went through that, kind of piecemealed thing together, what agents handled thrillers.
Had a handful, and then she got to work submitting and trying to get us going in that direction. All the while I had the book, but she was working on getting us pitched to the people that might take us into consideration. And then as we were getting feedback from people, she also realized there was markets for other types of books. So
it's really more, I think what happened, we were categorically rejected by every agent that we queried, usually with a form letter. Dear author, thank you so much for submitting, but I do not feel that your project is right for us at this time.
At this time.
Wow,
be shocked that I can spit that out verbatim, but we got enough of
that.
that.
Hear that a few times.
Right.
So,
So we actually did. One of the first responses we did get from an agent in New York was personal. And it said, it was a form letter, but at the top she wrote, 80,000 words too long.
Nice.
80,000.
And you've already come down 200,000.
Exactly. It came from the Oxford English Unabridged.
I took care of that, however, by just removing the word that. So
she brought it down to the abridged dictionary, and then we learned it was still about 100,000 words, and so then we went like this. And for a novel, it is still 64 pages too long for a publisher to accept.
Well, rather than a booklet, why not? Rather than a book, why not just make it a pamphlet?
I was thinking we were actually
a flyer. Yeah.
Well, we were going to do it on a BevNap.
A novel flyer.
That's a novel idea.
That's a novel idea.
Well, with a BevNap, it opens up this way, this way, and if you wanted to be very clever, you could open it fully, and there could be a rendering.
I know somebody that actually has a machine, a trifold. You can save yourself a lot of money by folding the novel pamphlet yourself.
There you go.
It is akin to self-publishing. I can't believe I have to itch. Hold on. I'm going to have to edit that out.
No, that's... what kind of itching is it? Is it more of a dry itch? Is it like a irritating hair itch?
It's almost like a tickle.
Okay.
Not so much an allergy,
it's kind of one of those tickles where if you were to scratch it, your mouth would be unnaturally deformed.
Almost like a stroke.
Not really.
So I'm going to go back to that. I'm sorry. Okay.
Listen, relax. We're having fun. That's the key.
Tickled.
That's right.
It's a lot of tickling.
Well, if she doesn't, it's going to be altering her facial position to talk.